Feels good to have desire, doesn't it? Does it? If it does, then that means your beliefs are not far from your desires. If you want something that you doubt, then that desire doesn't feel so good. But when you have a desire and you are willing to allow it to evolve, and you have figured out how to stay satisfied while it's evolving, so while it's in its vibrational form, its thought form, its idea form, its imagined form, its anticipated form, you feel good about it. That's such a nice way to be. That's what living happily ever after is. But if you need it to manifest right now, if you're not willing to allow it to evolve and become and harmonize with cooperative components, if you need the manifestation in order to feel good, that's rough, because it's not going to manifest immediately. And if you need it to, then you are focused upon its absence. And when you're focused upon its absence instead of its vibrational presence, then you don't feel good. And most of the time you can't figure out why you don't feel good. Well, you think it's because it hasn't manifested, but it can't yet. Any more than when you put the seed in the ground, it's not going to become an immediate vegetable producing thing. It's going to be something you can't see for a while. And you're going to tend to it, if you're a smart farmer, even though you can't see it, because you trust the process. And that's really what we want to talk about with you in these hours that we're together. We want to help you to understand the process, because only then can you trust the process. And then once you understand the process and trust the process, then you can begin to enjoy the process. And when you're enjoying the process, then things really begin to unfold for you. And most important, you feel happy in the process of the evolving. You know, every day your life helps you to identify yet new desires and add to or amend desires that are already underway. And in the moment that this new inclination or preference happens within you, all forces begin moving for the gathering of the cooperative components, for the creation of it. Everything is cooperating with you and what you want, except you. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you cooperate better than others. But what we mean by that is sometimes you have picked up a belief along your physical trail that doesn't blend. It's a belief that is not really a cooperative component with the desire that you have just identified, that you have just added to. So when you have an uncooperative belief with a desire that matters to you, you introduce resistance into the mix. So you were non-physical before you became physical, but even though you're physical, you're still non-physical. Got that? So if you accept that there are these two throbbing, thriving aspects of you, human you and non-physical you, and then you begin to understand that there is a relationship between you and you. We don't want to create split personalities in you, but we do want you to understand that there is a you that is sure. There is a you who loves, and when you're unsure and not loving, you're causing trouble for yourself, not for your greater self, for your human self. Your inner being is what we call that non-physical greater self. It is consciousness. It is consciousness aware of you. Some of you may want to call it your soul or your source. It existed before part of that consciousness came into this body, and it exists now that part of that consciousness is in this body. But you came as consciousness into this body with absolute free will to create your own reality. So your inner being or source or anyone that you think is non-physical is not dictating to you what you should want or how you should go about it. You're making all of those decisions with your free will. In fact, your will is so free that only you can offer a vibration that law of attraction responds to. Others can influence you, and you let that happen far more than is good for you, because you often care more about what others who are physical like you, running around looking real. You can see them and hear them and smell them and taste them and touch them, especially smell them. You can see them. They are vivid in your experience, and you care far too much what they think of you. And the reason you do is because they're thinking about you because they're weak. What we really mean by that is they care too much about what you think, and you care too much about you think. So you run around caring about what each other think, and you make yourselves crazy. Because there's not one of them who can understand you even close to who you really are. You don't have the basis, the capacity, and we don't mean mental capacity, but we do mean mental capacity. You do not have the ability to understand any other people. You make mistakes, you make misjudgments, you misunderstand them, you get your nose in their business. We think Facebook should be called Nosebook. You give them so much attention, and in the doing of it, you make miscalculations about what they think, or even worse, you know what they think, and what they think is bogus. They judge you, they evaluate you, they compare you, they want to be like you, they want to be nothing like you, they need you to change in this way, and this way, and this way, and everyone you look at wants something different from you, and they all make you nuts. Say that better. You all let them make you nuts. You let them make you nuts because we love you so much. We do. You seek mutuality with them. You want them to get you. So you try to be, when you're with them, the way they need you to be. And it is so hard on you when there are two of them that want something different from you and you're all in the same place. That's hard. So you try to control who you hang with. You try to control their compatibility because you are attempting to continue to perpetuate a belief within yourself that is never going to work out for you. You want to please them, and you want to be pleased by them. And so you stand on your head in all kinds of different ways, and you try to affect all kinds of control over them, and none of it really gets you anywhere. And in the meantime, you're missing out on the true mutuality that you were born to look for. And here's what we mean. So this source energy part of you, you came with such decision into this physical body. You came into this leading edge time and place because you knew that the variety would inspire within you new desires, new personal and therefore perfect desires. And you knew that the way that you would contribute the desire that you discover into the atmosphere of your personal creation and that of everything around you, because you can't create without adding to the whole. You knew that the way that would happen is you would emanate a vibration that the universe would respond to. And you understood that the law of attraction would understand the vibration that you emanated and would match that vibration up with other things which would accomplish what we call your point of attraction, which is what happens to you. It's what your life experience is about. So you're offering a signal. Law of attraction is reading the signal, feeding back to you more of the same. And then you are doing whatever you are doing about all of that. Mostly you're having knee-jerk reactions to it. We want to show you, by understanding the process, how to come into control with not just what you emanate, which is what deliberate creation is, but what you are observing in others and what they are emanating and what your response to them is. Really, what we're wanting to help you with is how to benefit from the magnificent others around you, and that includes all of them. How to benefit by those around you, which helps you in the launching of your desires, in the deciding of your desires, in the deciphering of your desires, in the sorting and sifting of life experience, in the launching of your desires. In fact, all of them help you in the creation of that which is you. So we want to show you how they help you in the launching of your desires. But then what happens next? So we call that step 1. When life causes you to ask for something and you're asking for more all day, every day, the source energy part of you, who is intimately involved, aware of what life is causing you to ask for, not dictating it to you, not telling you what it should be. You've got free will. You are here to create. You are here to have a new experience with new contrast in order to create new things. That's what we all signed on for. And your part is sift and sort and decide. And our part is, we're the step 2 part. Once you launch a rocket, we acknowledge it. We acclimate to it. We become a vibrational match to it. And we become your strongest point of attraction. Because we are consciousness that is you also. So when you ask, we become the vibration that allows that asking to be answered. In other words, we hold to that vibrational frequency and we emanate a signal so much stronger and so much bigger than you can even fathom. You don't even know the benefit that your inner being offers to you in the perpetuation, in the furthering of your desires. When you say, I'd like that, we say, we are on it. And further, unlike you, we're never off of it. We never lose focus with what you have become. We hold steady to the furthest most whatever it is that you have asked for and you have become. You, on the other hand, we love you so much, you deviate all over the place because you're not seeking mutuality with your desire and with us who has found mutuality with your desire. You're looking around to see what other humans think about it. How do you like me now? 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 Not that much. Can you change a little more for me? You'd be different. You'd be perfect. That's what you keep saying to each other. I just need a slightest little adjustment from you. And as soon as you make it, then they need another slight little adjustment. And then you make that, and then they need another slight little adjustment. And before you know it, you don't feel like you have free will because you've given it away to what somebody who is never going to be pleased. Not really. Not if they're looking for love in that place. If they're looking for their harmony with the changes that you're willing to make for them, good luck. That's never going to work out well. But if life causes you to ask for something, and your inner being holds focus on that, and all the cooperative forces are moving toward the expansion and evolution of that desire, and you are aware of what influence you are under. Are you under the influence of your inner being who's with you in what you desire? Or are you under the influence of old beliefs that you've picked up along your physical trail? Or are you under the influence of what other people think about you who aren't even that interested or who don't really understand or who want you to be a little different so that they will feel a little better? In other words, what influence are you under? Esther has just received back from the printer something that she knows you all want. She loves hers. She thought about making it a bumper sticker. But she doesn't really like things stuck on her car. And she didn't think it was a good idea for you all to run around with a bumper sticker that says, under the influence. So instead it's a dash card that when you look at it you can't read it because it's all backwards. But when you lay it on your dash, or if you don't have a car in front of a mirror, it reflects back on your windshield and you can read it, under the influence. And it causes you maybe to think, what influence am I under? Am I under the influence of my inner being who's with me, who was with me when I was born, who's been with me all along, who has received from me everything that I've asked for and has become the evolved vibrational form of everything that I've asked for and is standing in this vibrational universe, emanating signal of everything that I've become so that I can feel the relationship or the relativity between the vibration of that large part of me and the vibration of this human part of me. And you know how you feel that relativity? You know how you understand that relationship? By the way you feel. If you feel satisfied, you're right in harmony with your inner being. You are one point of attraction and everything is lining up for you.